The United States Central Command has confirmed a fresh wave of American strikes in Syria. Between February 3rd and 12th, U.S. forces carried out 10 separate airstrikes, hitting more than 30 ISIS-linked targets across the region. According to CENTCOM, the targets included terrorist infrastructure and weapons storage facilities. The strikes were conducted using both manned aircraft and armed drones. The operation is part of what the U.S. military calls Operation Hawkeye Strike, launched after the deadly December 13th ambush near Palmyra that killed 2 U.S. service members and an American interpreter. CENTCOM says the broader campaign over the past 2 months has killed or detained more than 50 ISIS operatives and struck over 100 terrorist infrastructure sites. U.S. officials say the objective is clear: prevent ISIS from regrouping, disrupt its operational networks, and protect American personnel and allies in the region. Amid an unprecedented military buildup near Iran, the U.S. is gearing up for a lengthy military standoff against the Islamic Republic. Reuters, citing 2 U.S. officials, reported that Washington is positioning for potential sustained military operations against Iran. The U.S. officials said that American military is preparing for weeks-long operations against Iran if President Donald Trump orders an attack. The potential U.S. and Iran war is feared to become a far more serious conflict this time than previously seen between the countries. It comes as U.S. dispatched second aircraft carrier to the Middle East. USS Gerald R. Ford, world's largest aircraft carrier, is on its way to the highly volatile region. The warship's deployment also adds thousands more troops along with fighter aircraft, guided missile destroyers, and other firepower capable of waging attacks and defending against them. U.S. officials said on Friday the Pentagon was sending an additional aircraft carrier to the Middle East, adding thousands more troops along with fighter aircraft, guided missile destroyers, and other firepower capable of waging attacks and defending against them. Not diving much deeper into the specifics, the U.S. officials said that planning underway is more complex this time. In a sustained campaign, the U.S. military could hit Iranian state and security facilities, not just nuclear infrastructure. On the preparations for a potentially sustained U.S. military operation, the White House spokesperson Anna Kelly told Reuters that President Trump has all options on the table with regard to Iran. He listens to a variety of perspectives on any given issue, but makes the final decision based on what is best for our country and national security. Trump, speaking to U.S. troops on Friday at a base in North Carolina, said it had been difficult to make a deal with Iran. He said, "Sometimes you have to have fear. That's the only thing that really will get the situation taken care of."
Most importantly, we are feared by the enemies all over the globe. They fear us. And, I don't like to say fear, but sometimes you have to have fear because that's the only thing that really will get the situation taken care of. We have a situation right now where we sent a very big carrier group to Iran. I'd love to see if we could make a deal. They've been difficult to make a deal. I thought we would have had a deal last time. They wish they did, and that's where we did Midnight Hammer. But with the restored strength and the tremendous power that we've now built up over the last number of years, even though there was an interlude with Biden, who is the worst president in the history of our country. But the interlude, fortunately, was ended quickly, and we started the process again and built upon what we had already done the first 4 years. But we're also bringing peace all over the world. I ended 8 wars in just 10 months. 8 wars are ended, and we have a couple of more to go.
But Iran won't stop either. The same U.S. official said Washington fully expected Iran to retaliate, leading to back-and-forth strikes and reprisals over a period of time. Iran's Revolutionary Guards have already warned that in case of strikes on Iranian territory, they could retaliate against any U.S. military base in the region.
A fresh warning from Tehran is raising tensions across the Middle East. Senior Iranian official Rear Admiral Ali Shamkhani says Iran will deliver a strong, decisive, and appropriate response to any adventurism against the country. Speaking to Al Jazeera, Shamkhani emphasized that Iran's military readiness is high and that the cost of any miscalculation would be significant. His remarks come amid escalating rhetoric between Tehran and Washington. The warning follows repeated threats from U.S. President Donald Trump, who has pressed Iran to scale back its nuclear program. Trump confirmed plans to deploy a second U.S. aircraft carrier strike group to the region, saying it will leave very soon. Speaking before departing the White House for Fort Bragg, Trump said the additional carrier would be necessary if negotiations fail. "In case we don't make a deal, we'll need it," he stated, while adding he still believes talks can succeed. Shamkhani also addressed Israel's role in regional tensions, asserting that any action by Israel would require direct backing from Washington. At the same time, he called avoiding destabilizing actions the logical and rational path for all sides. The standoff unfolds against the backdrop of ongoing nuclear negotiations and years of strained relations. Diplomatic efforts remain active, but military signaling on both sides has intensified.
Do you still have a veto on Nouri al-Maliki to become the Iraqi prime minister?
We're looking at a prime minister. We're going to see what's going to happen. We've got some ideas on it, but in the end, everybody needs the U.S. Everybody needs us.
Are you planning to hold anyone accountable for the shutdown in El Paso?
The second aircraft carrier that you decided to send. Yeah. Talk about why you made that choice.
Well, in case we don't make a deal, we'll need it. If we don't have a deal, we'll need it. If we have a deal, we could cut it short. It'll be leaving very soon. We have one out there that just arrived. If we need it, we have it ready. A very big force.
Do you plan on holding anyone accountable?
Negotiations to still demand Zelensky has to hold elections before summer?
Well, Zelensky's going to have to get moving. Russia wants to make a deal, and Zelensky's going to have to get moving. Otherwise, he's going to miss a great opportunity. He has to move.
Mr. President, your people.
Greenland doesn't want Europe controlling them anymore. What's your message to them?
Well, I think Greenland's going to want us, but we get along very well with Europe. We'll see how it all works out. We're negotiating right now for Greenland.
President, do you think Sean Duffy should be held accountable?
Well, I have a great relationship with them. If it wasn't for me, they'd be paying 2% and not paying. Instead, they're paying 5% and they're paying. We have a very good relationship with NATO.
How confident are you that our negotiations with Iran will be successful?
I think they'll be successful, and if they're not, it's going to be a bad day for Iran. Very bad. Well, we have a very good relationship with the president of Venezuela. As you know, we're working together very closely. We have our big oil companies going in. They're going to be taking out the oil and selling the oil for a lot of money, and Venezuela is going to get a big part of that money. And the relationship we have right now with Venezuela is, I would say, a 10.
Will you
And the biggest beneficiary will be the people of Venezuela.
On Venezuela, will you be recognizing Delcy Rodriguez's government as the official government of Venezuela?
Well, right now we have done that. We're dealing with them, and really, right now they've done a great job. Delcy's done a very, very good job, and the relationship is strong. The oil is coming out, and a lot of money is being paid for oil by other nations, and we're taking care of it. We're refining it, and we're the only one that has the capability to refine it. Right now, the relationship with Venezuela is as good as it could possibly be.
When are you planning to visit Venezuela, sir?
I'm going to make a visit to Venezuela.
Wait.
We haven't decided. Are you from Venezuela?
From Colombia, sir. We share a border with Venezuela.
We just had a good meeting with you.
With the president of Colombia, yeah.
On the Munich Security Conference, what is your message?
I think the only message is we have a great relationship with NATO. We're a very powerful part of NATO. The people that are the heads of the countries, the various countries that we're talking about, they're all friends of mine.
Following your meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu yesterday, has your thinking changed at all as it relates to these negotiations with Iran or the timeline with Iran?
We have to make a deal, otherwise it's going to be very traumatic. Very traumatic. I don't want that to happen, but we have to make a deal. They should have made a deal the first time, and they got Midnight Hammer instead. And this will be very traumatic for Iran if they don't make a deal. Look, if they don't make a deal, then it'll be a different story. But we had a very good meeting yesterday with Bibi Netanyahu, and he understands, but it's ultimately up to me. If the deal isn't a very fair deal and a very good deal with Iran, then it's going to be, I think, a very difficult time for them in the back. I guess over the next month, something like that. Yeah, it shouldn't take, I mean, it should happen quickly. They should agree very quickly. Yeah.
Mr.
Please.
Why does Prime Minister Netanyahu want you to stop negotiating with Iran?
He is, you're saying stop entertaining, stop talking to them? Didn't say that. We didn't discuss that. I'll talk to them as long as I like, and we'll see if we can get a deal with them. And if we can't, we'll have to go to phase two. Phase two will be very tough for them. I'm not looking for that.
Mr. President, there are currently 0 Israeli hostages left in Gaza because of you. Thank you for that. And now that the war is ending in Gaza and Israel, I wanted to ask, do you believe Bibi bears any responsibility for the security failures that we saw on October 7th?
Well, October 7th was a rough time, and I guess everybody's responsible. It's you to look, but it was a terrible attack. It was a sneak attack. It was as violent as unfortunately, I've seen some of the results at levels that probably even you, good reporter, but probably you haven't seen. It was a horrible thing that took place. People were surprised. It was a surprise attack. Nobody saw that coming. He didn't see it coming. Nobody else would have seen it coming if they were in his position, I don't believe. But I can tell you he's been a very good wartime prime minister. He's been very strong. We've worked with him very well. We had tremendous success with Iran and everything else we've done. And he really has been. He's been, extraordinary as far as a wartime prime minister. Not easy. And, you have a president that refuses to give him a pardon. I think that man should be ashamed of himself. A pardon over this trial that's going on. The president of Israel, the primary power he's got is the power to give pardons. And he's not, he said he's given it 5 different times, but he doesn't want to do it because I guess he loses his power. I think the people of Israel should really shame him. He's disgraceful for not giving it. He should give it. But Bibi's been a great wartime prime minister, and I've been the best friend to Israel I think that they've ever had. A lot of people say beyond presidents that they've ever had, and we will continue to be.